Welcome to WealthEchelon, your go-to spot for smart investing, in-depth ETF insights, and book reviews that help you build wealth. On this channel, we explore everything from the best investment strategies to the latest trends in ETFs and provide valuable takeaways from books that can transform your financial journey. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced investor, our goal is to give you the knowledge you need to make informed decisions and grow your wealth. If you're ready to elevate your financial game, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the bell for updates on all our latest content. Managing personal finances effectively is essential to living a balanced and stress-free life. Without a clear plan, it's easy to fall into common money pitfalls, overspending, insufficient saving, or feeling overwhelmed by financial uncertainty. Budgeting is one of the most powerful tools individuals can use to gain control over their money. Among the many budgeting frameworks available today, the 70-20-10 budget rule stands out for its simplicity, adaptability, and realism, especially for those who have tight incomes or irregular cash flow. Unlike more complicated or rigid budgeting models, this rule breaks down income into three straightforward categories that reflect a balanced approach to spending, saving, and personal development. The 70-20-10 budget rule works by dividing your take-home pay into three distinct buckets: 70% for covering living expenses, 20% for saving and investing toward your future, and 10% for personal growth or charitable giving. This structure ensures that the immediate demands of daily life are met while still prioritizing long-term financial stability and self-improvement. One of the reasons this rule is so effective is that it acknowledges the reality many people face, where the cost of living takes up a majority of their income, especially in cities with high rent or other unavoidable expenses. By allocating a more generous 70% for living costs compared to traditional budgeting guidelines, it allows individuals to meet their needs comfortably without sacrificing the ability to save or invest. At the same time, the 20% allocation for savings and investments encourages consistent wealth-building habits. This portion is vital for establishing an emergency fund, preparing for retirement, and growing assets through investment vehicles like ETFs, stocks, or mutual funds. The rule underscores the importance of not delaying savings, even when day-to-day expenses are tight, and fosters discipline in building financial security. Lastly, the 10% reserved for personal growth or giving serves as a reminder that money is not just for survival and accumulation, but also for enriching one's life and supporting causes or communities that matter. Investing in learning new skills, buying books, taking courses, or donating to charity can boost both personal fulfillment and future earning potential. At the core of the 70-20-10 budget rule is the allocation of 70% of income to living expenses. These are the essential costs that keep your day-to-day life running smoothly, including rent or mortgage, food, transportation, utilities, and even some entertainment or leisure activities. This category is the largest because it addresses fundamental needs, and by allowing 70%, it acknowledges that in many places and situations, especially in urban areas or when incomes are not high, the cost of living can consume a significant portion of earnings. Unlike more rigid budgeting rules like the classic 50-30-20, which allot only 50% to needs, the 70-20-10 method provides more breathing room for those struggling to meet everyday expenses without dipping into savings or neglecting other financial goals. The idea behind dedicating 70% to living expenses is not to encourage overspending, but to create a realistic budget that aligns with the economic reality most people face. When income is limited, expecting to spend only half on needs can be impractical and demoralizing. Rent, groceries, transportation, and even a modest social life are unavoidable, and giving a comfortable 70% ensures individuals can cover these essentials with less stress. It also prevents the temptation to ignore necessities or accumulate debt just to stick rigidly to a lower percentage. This part of the budget includes everything from utility bills and groceries to public transit or fuel costs, and it can also encompass basic entertainment such as streaming services, dining out occasionally, or attending social events, all important for maintaining a good quality of life and mental well-being. However, allocating such a large percentage for living expenses can be worrying for those focused on long-term financial goals, which is why the 20% allocated for saving and investing becomes crucial. This portion is dedicated to building financial security through emergency funds, retirement savings, and investments in assets like ETFs, stocks, or mutual funds. Setting aside 20% of your income to these purposes might seem challenging if the majority of your money is already committed to essential expenses, but it's a vital discipline that encourages steady growth of your net worth over time. The saving and investing category is the foundation for financial independence, retirement readiness, and the ability to handle unforeseen emergencies without going into debt. Saving 20% of income aligns well with many financial experts' recommendations, as this amount strikes a healthy balance between immediate spending and long-term wealth building. For people who struggle to save, the 70-20-10 rule helps by clearly carving out a dedicated portion of income for this goal, making saving a non-negotiable habit. Unlike some budgets where saving is sometimes an afterthought, in this method, saving has its own seat at the table. Over time, consistent contributions to retirement funds like 401ks or IRAs, or investments in low-cost index funds and ETFs, can compound into substantial wealth. Moreover, maintaining an emergency fund within this 20% helps provide a safety net to cover unexpected expenses such as medical emergencies, job loss, or urgent repairs, which can otherwise destabilize your financial standing. Finally, the remaining 10% is reserved for personal growth or giving. This portion recognizes that financial health is not just about surviving and accumulating wealth, but also about investing in oneself and contributing to others. Personal growth can include expenditures on courses, books, certifications, workshops, or hobbies that enhance skills, knowledge, or well-being. Such investments can increase future earning potential, job satisfaction, and overall happiness. At the same time, dedicating part of your budget to giving, such as charitable donations or supporting causes you care about, adds purpose and fulfillment to financial planning. The 10% allocation ensures that despite tight budgets or financial pressures, there is room to nurture your personal development and social responsibility. The beauty of the 70-20-10 budget rule lies in its flexibility. It adapts well to fluctuating income levels, unexpected expenses, and changes in lifestyle without compromising essential savings or personal growth. For instance, if your income drops temporarily, you may need to cut back on discretionary spending within the 70% living expenses category. But your saving and personal growth goals remain intact, preventing financial backsliding. Similarly, during a period of increased income, the 20% savings allocation can accelerate wealth accumulation or help achieve bigger goals like buying a home, starting a business, or early retirement. This framework also encourages intentional spending. Knowing you have only 70% of your income available for living expenses promotes mindful decisions on what you truly need versus what might be luxury or convenience. Another significant advantage of the 70-20-10 rule is how it helps avoid the common pitfall of lifestyle inflation. Many people find that as their income rises, their spending on living expenses rises proportionally or even more, leaving little for savings or personal growth. This pattern often leads to financial stress despite earning more money. By strictly assigning only 70% to living costs regardless of income increases, this budgeting rule helps maintain financial discipline and keep savings on track. The remaining 30% ensures that wealth building and self-improvement continue to receive adequate attention, supporting long-term financial health and emotional well-being. Implementing the 70-20-10 rule requires a clear understanding of your monthly income and expenses. The first step is calculating your net income, the money you take home after taxes and other deductions. Next, list all your regular living expenses, including rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, and any recurring subscriptions or memberships. These should collectively not exceed 70% of your net income. If your current expenses are higher, look for areas to reduce, such as downgrading plans, limiting dining out, or finding cheaper transportation options. Keep in mind that some flexibility is built into the 70% allocation, but consistently overspending in this category can eat into your savings potential. Once your living expenses are managed, the next priority is to set up automatic contributions to your savings and investment accounts. Automating this 20% helps make saving a routine habit, removing the temptation to spend what's intended for future security. Emergency funds should be the first target if you don't already have one, aiming to cover at least 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Once that is established, funds can flow into retirement accounts, brokerage accounts investing in ETFs, mutual funds, or dividend-paying stocks, depending on your financial goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. The key is consistency. Even small but regular contributions compound significantly over time thanks to the power of compound interest. The final 10% for personal growth and giving is often the most rewarding yet overlooked part of budgeting. Many people feel guilty spending on themselves or charitable causes when money is tight, but this category emphasizes its importance for holistic financial health. Enrolling in online courses, buying books to develop new skills, attending seminars, or even investing in a hobby can increase your value professionally and personally. Giving, whether through donations, volunteering, or supporting family and friends, fosters gratitude and community connection, which are vital for mental and emotional well-being. Budgeting for these expenditures ensures that even in tight times, your growth and generosity don't get sidelined. The 70-20-10 budget rule also supports a proactive financial mindset. It encourages you to regularly review your spending and saving habits, adjust allocations as your circumstances change, and set specific goals for each category. For example, you might decide to increase your savings percentage if you get a raise or cut back on personal growth expenses temporarily during a financial crunch. The rule isn't rigid, but serves as a guideline to keep your finances balanced and intentional. Moreover, by having a clear framework, you reduce anxiety about money because each dollar is purposefully assigned, reducing impulse purchases and financial confusion. In conclusion, the 70-20-10 budget rule offers a practical and flexible approach to managing personal finances, particularly suited for individuals and families with limited income or those seeking more breathing room in their budget. By allocating 70% of income to living expenses, it ensures your basic needs and lifestyle are met without undue hardship. The 20% dedicated to saving and investing protects your financial future, building wealth steadily while guarding against emergencies. Meanwhile, the 10% reserved for personal growth and giving nourishes your intellectual, emotional, and social well-being, making your financial plan more than just numbers on paper. This budgeting method balances immediate needs with long-term goals, preventing lifestyle inflation and encouraging disciplined, purposeful money management. By adopting the 70-20-10 rule, you empower yourself to live comfortably today while investing in a secure and fulfilling tomorrow. Thank you for watching Wealth Echelon. We hope you found valuable insights that will help you on your investing journey. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Keep building your wealth, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to check out our other videos for more investing tips, ETF strategies, and book reviews to continue growing your financial knowledge.